All right, the Jeep community is a great community, and a lot of people are concerned, and there's some really good suggestions out there. I was talking to Tim, I was talking to Ray's mechanic, John, and before I head to work, I'm just going to pull these front tires off, getting this thing prepped. Tomorrow I'm going to pull the RCVs, and that'll probably inevitably lead to me pulling the carrier as well. And that carrier may actually get broken down if I don't find a stripped out spline inside this boot right here. Everything's going to point towards something in the carrier, in the locker itself. But John rebuilds these things. He has the parts, so it's not without hope. So we're going to do some more breakdown of this and some further diagnosis in greater detail tomorrow. All right, some more prep. Got the hose here in the garage. Obviously everything was all caked up with mud, so gonna be pulling these calipers off, and I got a lot of work here. Rotors, unit bearing, the 36 millimeter nut. Got to get a tie wrap underneath that orange boot and get that off, because you basically have to unskewer the orange boot and pull the axle shaft through. So it's gonna be very interesting to see if I have a busted spline or something's busted in that RCV axle shaft. And if there's nothing noticeable there, well, I'm going to pull the other side as well, and then the carrier. So that's where I'm at. All right, I believe this is 6 millimeter. I'll be undoing the wheel speed sensors that go into the unit bearing. Then we've got the 36 millimeter nut. This is torqued to 100 foot-pounds. Be undoing that. Then behind here there are three bolt heads. I think they're 13 millimeter. I forget. Those three need to come undone, and then I can pull the unit bearing off. And then I'll have to unskewer the axle shaft out of the boot, break this seal, and remove it. So really good start for today, so that I can dig deeper into this tomorrow. Okay, I took the 36 millimeter axle shaft nut off, and what I do is I take a pry bar like that up against the ground, and it locks on the wheel studs there. So that one's off. I'm going to do the other side, and you'll also notice that the speed sensors are taken out. I've got them right there on both sides. There we go. That one's out. Tie wrap safe over there, out of the way. Now I'm going to put the 36 millimeter socket on this, put the pry bar in here, and take that nut off. And then probably tomorrow I'll start with the 3 bolts on the inside right here for the unit bearing. And then obviously I'll have to open up the boot and get like a tie wrap in there, release some of that air pressure, because you have to pull the axle shaft out of the boot, through the boot. All right, I pulled the 3 13 millimeter head unit bearing bolts out, so now I should be able to just pull this unit bearing off the spline and get this shield off of there as well. So, and I was hoping to maybe even get the other one off. I'll see, but I got to rock. Okay, as you can see, the unit bearings are off on both sides. So tomorrow I'll break the seal on this boot and attempt to pull the axle shaft out of the driver's side and the passenger side. unit bearings out. Relatively easy, and I think the main reason it's easy is I'm very vigilant on the anti-seize. I mean, all this stuff came apart really nice. I mean, I'm into this thing for almost an hour, and I'm this far. So tomorrow morning we'll pull the axle shafts. All right, it's a good hour.